You're soft and weak. You'll never survive without me.
If you think Wednesday Addams is a feminist icon or a relatable outsider, you are the victim of a sophisticated psychological prank. We've been conditioned to look at her coldness and call it strength, but in any other context, we would call it a predator's blueprint. This isn't a story about a girl who is simply different. It's a story about how easily your moral compass can be hijacked by a black dress and a deadpan stare. Why does her cruelty feel like a mood while someone else's feels like a crime? I'm going to reveal a secret about your brain, a glitch in your evolution that makes you fall in love with the very person who would throw you to the wolves without blinking. By the end of this video, you won't just see Wednesday differently. You'll realize that your own judgment is far more fragile than you ever dared to admit. The loop is open. Are you watching a hero? Or are you cheering for a monster because she has a good tailor? This cognitive trap is known as the halo effect. It is the psychological phenomenon where our overall impression of a person, usually based on their physical appearance or vibe, influences how we feel and think about their character. In Wednesday's world, her goth aesthetic isn't just a fashion choice. It's a visual shield that bypasses your ethical filters. Because her look is sharp, consistent, and cool, your brain subconsciously grants her a halo of competence and righteousness. We don't see her lack of empathy as a clinical deficit. We see it as a rebellious spirit. We weave the theory into her very skin. Her inner pressure to remain perfectly stoic is interpreted as mastery, when in reality, it is the silence of a hollow core. Her aesthetic makes her chaos feel like the only logical response to a fake world, masking the reality that she is simply incapable of warmth. If you've ever defended a toxic celebrity just because you liked their style, hit that like button. It's time for some honesty. Let's look at her operating system with the precision of a scalpel. Wednesday's daily life is governed by instrumental aggression. She doesn't hurt people for fun. She hurts them because they are obstacles or tools. Look at her relationship with Enid. It isn't a friendship, it's a host-parasite dynamic. Wednesday's inner architecture is built on the total suppression of affective empathy. She doesn't feel what you feel, and she uses that freedom to manipulate everyone from her parents to her peers. Every move is a calculated data point in her own personal mission. She isn't socially awkward, she is socially predatory. Her behavior isn't a reaction to trauma, it's a refusal to acknowledge the humanity of anyone else. Her code is simple. My goals justify your suffering. When she releases piranhas into a pool or endangers her classmates, we don't see a criminal, we see a girl boss. Her internal mechanism is designed to replace connection with control, turning every interaction into a game of chess. Here is the weight you must carry. Wednesday's lifestyle is a psychological prison that leads to an inevitable collapse of the soul. But the mirror isn't just on her, it's on you. Why do you find her heartlessness so attractive? It's because she represents the ultimate dark triad fantasy, the ability to exist without needing anyone's approval. You aren't relating to her uniqueness, you are envying her perceived lack of guilt. Ask yourself, where in your own life are you using a vibe or a personal brand to mask your own cruelty? Subscribe if you're ready to stop lying to yourself about why you like dark characters. Are you pushing people away and calling it independence? Are you being cold to your family and calling it honesty? You are romanticizing a mental void because it's easier than being vulnerable. You've let the halo effect blind you to the fact that you are worshiping a ghost. If you were in a room with the real Wednesday, you wouldn't be her friend. You would be her next victim. The enigma of Wednesday Addams is finally solved, but it leaves a bitter taste. We don't admire her because she's strong. We admire her because we are exhausted by the effort of being good, and she gives us permission to stop trying. We've turned a clinical lack of emotion into a fashion statement, forgetting that a heart that doesn't bleed is just a stone. The brutal truth is that the coolest person in the room is often the most broken. And the aesthetic you're trying to copy is actually a warning sign you've chosen to ignore. You can wear the black dress, you can braid your hair, and you can stop smiling, But you can't hide from the fact that a life without empathy isn't a rebellion, it's a funeral for the self. The secret is revealed. You don't want to be like her, you just want an excuse to stop caring about the people you've already decided don't matter. Stay dark, but don't stay blind.